Hi, welcome to this part of my review featuring Beyond Darkness and Madness. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review, featuring this Game Master's Guide for Kult Divinity Lost, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about strong identification and compelling conflicts. Before we begin, I want to clarify some things. In most Powered by the Apocalypse role-playing games, there are certain concepts that I do not agree on how they handle them, and this section of the book is no exception. First of all, I do not consider tabletop role-playing games to be storytelling. You are not telling a story. You are creating a story through the interactions between the player characters and the game world. Now, when it comes to having a conversation, I also dislike this way of communicating things. This actually puts off a lot of people from playing Powered by the Apocalypse role-playing games. You are not having a conversation, especially you are not having a Mother May I conversation. You are not saying, can my character do this? Can my character do that? I will tell you how to play a Powered by the Apocalypse role-playing game in a video that I'm going to put in the description. If you watch that video, you will see that if you handle tabletop role-playing games as a conversation instead of a tabletop role-playing game, the immersion is pretty much assassinated. It is gone. But take a look at that video and you will see the true immersion behind a Powered by the Apocalypse role-playing game. That being said, let's continue. Kult Divinity Lost is a collaborative experience. Here it says a collaborative storytelling, no. Collaborative experience, where the game master and players work together to create unique and terrifying narratives. Each session of Kult Divinity Lost should strive to entertain and thrill, guided by the group's shared desires. The game master can encourage collaborative experiences by inspiring strong identification and introducing compelling conflicts. Let's talk about those. Concerning strong identification, this is about creating a strong connection between the characters and the game world, and of course the players with the narrative presented, the unfolding narrative created through the interactions. You usually establish normalcy to make sense of these connections, and then the true horror begins. Maybe something horrifying happens to the player characters, to their families, perhaps their dreams, their hopes, their projects. So it's all about breaking that normalcy. You first establish what is considered normal, and then you shatter that normalcy. This is accomplished through compelling conflicts as well. In Kult Divinity Lost, the game master and players collectively explore disturbing and frightening narratives. And many of these unnerving situations originate from compelling conflicts between the player characters and the opposing forces, or even some conflicts could arise within the group. That is, in character. Remember, this is not about having a competition in real life. This is about conflicts in the game world. There are some competitive role-playing games out there, but Kult Divinity Lost is a collaborative experience, at least in the standard way. In some cases, these conflicts may represent the story's central motivation. In other instances, they accent the main plotline, serving as dramatic hooks. These conflicts could be conflicts of the self, the normal struggles against the character's internal nature, or perhaps even unnatural struggles as well. Maybe the character is on the verge of insanity, who knows? There are also conflicts with society. This is about the player character clashing with the community, perhaps friends, family, even strangers. The conflicts could also be related with issues or problems with the world itself. The character is confronted with existential threats, such as natural disasters, warfare, and socio-political and technological changes. Perhaps the conflicts are directly connected to supernatural phenomena. This is about the characters confronting the illusion of the world and clashing with higher, or perhaps you could say lower, powers. And this concludes this part of the review. In the next part, we are going to talk about more narrative elements such as the spiral of horror, agendas, and many other things. Now, when it comes to what I said at the beginning, definitely watch my video where I talk about how to actually roleplay a Powered by the Apocalypse role-playing game. This is going to save some explanation time when it comes to looking into the other aspects of this Game Master's Guide. And when it comes to this system of exploring the conflicts and the strong identification, even though there are some normal situations, everything is tainted by the reality of the universe, of how things are actually being manipulated and oftentimes influenced by invisible powers. Thank you for watching this part of the review, and thank you for your likes and your comments. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. Once again, thank you, and see you later.